Hi there, it's Andrew Thake from Minds and Money TV, here with Ken MacLeod, President and CEO of Sonoro Gold. Great to meet you again, Ken.
Thank you, Andrew. It's great to be with you again, and I look forward to our conversation.
Hey, sure. Thank you very much. Well, for those investors that don't know much about Sonoro Gold, can you give us a bit of a synopsis?
Certainly. Well, Sonoro Gold is operating in Mexico, and probably the finest state for mining operations anywhere in Mexico, and it's a Sonora state in the northwest of the country. We have two operations. One is the Cerro Caliche property, and the other one is San Marcial. But we're focusing on Cerro Caliche, and the reason for that, of course, is it's a much more advanced project, and we're in the process now of bringing the project through towards the PEA level, which will occur over the coming 3 months. So we've come a long way in the past 12 months. The COVID year has been very, very productive for us. We haven't lost a single day to COVID, and our technical teams have been working on building up the resource, and we expect to have a significant increase in the resource from the original 200,000 ounce resource we had 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm. And some of the investors listening in will have sort of different views about Mexico. Can you just particularly talk about the province that you like mining in Mexico, and what is that like as a mining jurisdiction?
It's one of the finest jurisdictions for mining permitting in the world. The only other jurisdiction I can think of that could come close would be Nevada. But both Sonora and Nevada have a very, very streamlined process. Nevada takes a lot longer to go through the process, but Sonora and its streamlined process will get us through in probably a faster order than any other jurisdiction in the world. It's mining friendly. 25% of the economy of Sonora State is reliant on gold mining, and there's about 25 major gold mines in Sonora State, and many, many more smaller gold mines as well. Many of them open pit, like we're forecasting for Sonora or Sonoro. And so we fully expect that over the coming few months, the permitting process will be as streamlined as we've experienced over the past 3 years.
Mm-hmm. So other than the mine jurisdiction, what else sets Sonoro Gold apart from others in the space? I mean, one thing that strikes me from looking at your website is you've got a really great management team.
We've got a very, very strong management team. And in fact, two of the principals in the management team are based in Hermosillo in Sonora. And one is Mel Herdrick, our geologist and VP of exploration. And he has over 5 million ounces of gold discovery to his credit over the past 20 years. And his partner, Jorge Diaz, our mining engineer, and he's the VP of operations in Mexico. Jorge has been designing and building and operating gold mines for the past almost 40 years in Mexico. And in fact, he has his own private operation near Hermosillo as well, that has been operating for the past 3 to 4 years, and it's doing very, very well. So he's very hands-on, very knowledgeable. And so between those two, we have the exploration and the operations side adequately covered.
Mm-hmm. So looking ahead to the next 12 months, how is your company positioned to take advantage of them? What are the opportunities that you see out there?
Well, the company is now undergoing a metamorphosis. We're moving from being purely an exploration company. We've been drilling over the past 2 years. We have a grand total of 47,500 meters of drilling now, and mostly shallow. So when you consider that the average length of hole is about 110 meters at a 45-degree dip angle, then you're looking at a true depth of about 80 to 90 meters for this the resource that we're developing at Cerro Caliche. So consequently, we have now come to the point where we've stopped drilling until we produce the next updated 43-101 resource report with 47,500 meters of drilling. We expect to see a substantial increase in the resource from the original 200,000 ounce resource that we had postulated back in 2018. Now we're going into the phase where the 43-101 report, along with a first ever PEA for the project, will be delivered in July is what we anticipate. And that will enable us to go into the construction finance, and the goal for the company is to be in production with an open pit heap leach facility in the first quarter of 2021. Of course, that is subject to financing, and we already have started the negotiations with interested financiers to achieve that goal.
Mhm. Are there new risks and challenges that you see on the horizon? I mean, one thing that often gets pointed out is the price of gold this year hasn't been as, hasn't performed quite as well as it did back in 2020.
The price of gold at this point in time is actually our friend. It's if you look at our peers in northern Mexico, Argonaut with their various projects in Sonora State and Durango, we can safely compete with the production costs of Argonaut and its projects. So if you assume that somewhere between $1,000 and $1,200 will be the all-in costs for producing an ounce of gold, I feel that we have a significant cushion, especially today at $1,700, $1,800. And if you look at the economics going down to $1,300, $1,400 gold, I would imagine that they'll still be quite robust. And the upcoming PEA will show us the various permutations with respect to the varying price of gold and build in the sensitivities on that basis.
Okay. And any other sort of recent news you'd like to highlight to investors that might be of interest to them?
Well, we've been really, really successful with the drilling program since last September. Much of the drilling has been focused on expanding areas of higher grades. And by higher grades, I mean over 0.5 gram. And in fact, many areas now are consistently in the plus or minus 1 gram per ton range. And we've been diligently applying the drilling to extend these higher grade zones. So we anticipate that the next edition of the 43-101 will be able to support at least 0.5 gram, maybe even a bit better than 0.5 gram overall for the project. But some areas will be significantly higher than 0.5 gram. And these, of course, would be potential targets for us to mine first in the first year or two to enable us to get the better returns.
Okay. Thank you very much for that. That sounds absolutely fantastic times ahead for Sonoro Gold. So that was Ken MacLeod, President and CEO of Sonoro Gold, with Andrew Thake from Mines and Money TV.
Thank you, Andrew. Pleasure talking to you.